The January transfer window has been and gone, and players have come in for our team and also left as well. The team is also playing really good football at the moment. Let's get into today's episode and find out quite what's gone on. Welcome back then, guys, to the Red Devil Revival here on LS Plays FM, and as I've just mentioned, we have been and gone through the January transfer window. We are now here for episode 17 of our series, and it has been a busy time since last time out. Now, if you did miss the previous episode, guys, where we had a league doubleheader up against Stuttgart and Sandhausen, there'll be a link right above me for you to click on and go back and watch that video. It was a surprisingly good pair of performances from us, and we also witnessed a hat-trick being scored for the first time, I think, in our series so far in any match we've been a part of. But guys, before we do get into today's episode properly, if you do enjoy this video here today, please do go and chuck a like down onto it. And of course, looking forward to seeing any more of my content here on YouTube, such as the Red Devil Revival series or any of my FM21 tactics or experiment videos, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. Now then though, let's get into this properly. We'll find out who's joined us, who's left, what went on since last time, and we'll play the one game we have today, which is a home game up against Nurnberg in the Bundesliga 2. So in terms of the transfers, guys, as I say, we're now past the January window. It has slammed shut. We have sold one player, we've loaned out a couple as well, and we bought in two new players, one on a loan and one on a permanent deal. And also a pre-contract has also been arranged. In terms of the players who has left, we've had a couple of youngsters went out on free transfers. I'm not going to mention them. Their contracts were running out and they were under 18s players and were never going to be good enough for the first team. We then loaned out Jonas Schultz, who's a youngster in the team. He was a centre-back who played for our B team, so he's gone on loan to Hansa Rostock, just gets him off the wage bill. The same was for Rodrigo Guff, who we signed in the summer. He's gone on loan also. He's gone over to, I think, a Brazilian club, if I remember correctly, Parana. I think they're a Brazilian team anyway. He's a Brazilian player with German nationality, so he's gone on loan over there. And then we have also sold Didac Villa, who we brought in the summer on a free transfer from Espanyol. He did okay, but he was on a big fat hefty wage of £5 a week. He played 12 times, so it's very much bang average. And Holstein Kiel said, yeah, we'll buy him for 200 grand. So I was like, okay, yes, you can have him. Mainly because of the fact we've already bought in another left back who I will show you very shortly. So I was pleased he went out, got him off the wage, but I think we're still paying like 500 quid of his wages. But his contract was running out anyway, so I didn't see the issue with selling him on anyway. The first player we brought in at the beginning of the window was a loanee signing, another centre-back. I wasn't initially thinking we were going to get another centre-back, but I brought in this player because, number one, he's a very good centre-back, and also he can play ball-winning midfield as well. So I felt bringing Benedict Gimber in, a Bayer Leverkusen player. He was once upon a time a bit of a wonder kid quite a few years ago. He's never really hit those heights, but you can see him here. He's a 4-star player. He's also a left-footed centre-back, which we haven't had, so that is a really good option for us. And he looks really good. He's played once for us already. He got a 7.2 average rating on his debut, and he looks really decent. We're paying £6 in order to have him here on loan, so we are paying quite a bit for his wages. But with Villa going out and him coming in on roughly the same amount of money, I felt it was fair enough to do. And I say, he's a really good player. He comes in for the rest of the season, and hopefully we can get him to stay with us after that as well. Next on that list is another left back who comes in to replace Villa. He's going to be our first choice left back. His name is Lorenz de Bock. He comes in for £185,000, possibly rising to 235. So basically the same amount of money that we got Villa sold out for. So we haven't really lost anything on this guy. And also with him, we're getting Sheffield Wednesday to pay £3 or £4 of his wages. So we're only paying him £2,000 a week for an 18-month deal, which is really decent. And he's a very competent left back. He's arguably slightly better than what Didac Villa was, and he's also 3 years younger. So he comes into the squad. He speaks German as well, which is very handy. And hopefully he can do a good job for us. We'll wait and see. He's played once. He had an okay game. Wasn't fantastic. He can also cover as a centre-back if required, but hopefully we shouldn't need him for that. But that is who we've brought in and who we've sold. It's been quite busy. I've done more business than I expected to. I thought I may bring in a midfield as well, but the players I was looking at wanted either too much money or just weren't really good enough, so we didn't bother. I'm pretty happy with the overall status of the squad. In terms of the matches though, we've been a part of those since last time out. In terms of our schedule, of course, when we were playing previously, we had Stuttgart and Sandhausen, the Sandhausen game, all the way back there in November. We're now here in February. It's been a long old jump. We've only played 3 games in that time. For some reason, there's been a massive gap in the scheduling. We first all took on Erzgebirge, where we had a 0-0 draw at home. A very, very poor performance. It was a very drab match. Neither team really wanted to do anything in it. And as I say, it finished 0-0. Barely anything happened whatsoever. We then went and took on our arch rivals Karlsruhe, the team that Marvin Pori, who we had on loan last season with us, plays for currently. And we looked really good in the first half. We were 1-0 up, things were cruising, everything was going well. We then conceded 2 goals late on, one of which was to Marvin Pori. And we disappointingly lost 2-1 away at Karlsruhe. It was a very, very annoying defeat. But in context of that game, realistically, we didn't do enough to win it. Probably the draw may have been more fair, but we lost it, which wasn't in the world. And then after the winter break that you have in Germany, we have played 1 game since, and we took on Erdingen away, and it was a really, really end-to-end game, and we won it 5-2. A very, very good performance. Hat-trick from Mulletieri, a goal from Prevoyak, and from Ritter. Defensively, we weren't fantastic, but offensively, we were absolutely class, and it was really, really good stuff to see. It most certainly was. That then meant in the second Bundesliga, guys, we are having a very good time of it. We're sitting up in 6th place on 27 points. We're still way, way, way off of the top 3. So promotion probably isn't anything likely whatsoever. But in terms of relegation spots, we are 12 clear of Erdingen and looking very, very comfortable indeed. And of course, as I said, we're only playing the 1 game today, the Nurnberg game at home, and hopefully we can get a good performance in it. In terms of how we're going to line up for it, we'll get straight into it here. It's Klapikas in there, and the big thing with Klapikas, you may notice there's a little icon saying TRN against his name because we have secured him on a pre-contract from the summer. So in the summer, he will be joining us on a permanent deal at the club, which is really, really good news. He kept turning down Spezia's contracts, and he was willing to take one with us, which is fantastic because it means that we get to keep the youngster here at the team, and he'll be our first choice keeper going into next season and beyond. Is then Hubner, Flavio Ramos and Benedict Gimber, the new centre-back on loan. France is at right back with De Bock at left back, the new left back. Salas and Erhardt are in the midfield. Ritter, Mulletieri and then Prevoyak up front. It's basically a full strength side. We still, as of yet, do not have Johan Kabay. He's coming back to fitness, but he still isn't recommended to start games at the moment. We may bring him on halfway through if we require him. But other than that, the team is looking really, really good. Let's get the side submitted, and we'll see how we get on in the only game of today's episode at home to Nuremberg. Of course, when we played them last time, it was very early in the season. We beat them 3-2 away. We were 2-0 down at half-time, and we came back and beat them 3-2. And everything that now mean the opposite will happen here today. I'm going to go and point the finger at the lads, say go out and catch up before you finish the last match. Most of the boys do agree, which is good stuff indeed. And everyone we managed to get seeming motivated, which is very, very handy indeed. Reason 4 from us has been okay. We've been quite indifferent. 2 draws, 2 wins, and a defeat. Of course, that defeat against Karlsruhe. But hopefully, despite Nuremberg's decent form of 3 wins in their last 5, we can keep up their losing streak and go and get a win here at home. In the table, Nuremberg are a top half side like ourselves. They're in 9th, we're in 6th. So it's going to be a tight game. I'll be honest, I'll take a draw with them. I really will do, even though we beat them away. I think we are going to struggle here. There's an early corner. It's been flicked away. Are we going to get there first? Indeed, we have. Ritter's done really, really well to get to that ball. Come on, Marlon Ritter here. Come on, Marlon. What are you going to do with it, son? Get it to the far post. Oh, he's been greedy and gone for goal himself. He should have passed that there. Oh, Marlon. Marlon is one who I still can't decide what I think of him this season. Last year he was fantastic. This season he is struggling quite a bit more. I'm quite tempted to change up his role, but I'm not too sure what to change it to really. Well, hang on, Mulletieri here. Chance to counter-attack. Mulletieri is going all the way. What a goal from Samuel Mulletieri. His 8th of the season. Of course, he's got a hat-trick in the last game. And he scored one here today. One thing, of course, guys, I've just realised I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video is, of course, you maybe noticed the video out, is at an earlier time. For those of you who aren't aware, on Friday I did a vote on Twitter. I mentioned it in the last episode as well. And it went through, and everybody who did vote on it actually voted for the video to be moved to 3 PM. You should have the results up on the screen currently. But yeah, you all seem to want it at 3 o'clock, so that is what we'll be doing. We're doing it for the rest of this week, and so depending on how everything gets viewed, I'll make a decision as to if we go back to 6 or if we keep it at 3. How to highlight here, Ritter's ball into Hübner. Over the bar, should have done better there, Hübner, considering how good he is in the air. But guys, for those of you who did vote on it, thank you very much. It was really helpful to get that feedback, and hopefully being at 3 o'clock, it will all go down well as well. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. Hang on, De Bock plays the ball up. Preveljak here. We could easily be 2-0 up in this game. The fact we're wasting so many chances could come back and bite us in the arse. I don't know if it will do. I'm hoping it doesn't. Hang on, Marlon Ritter's ball in. Hübner. Unlucky there, Florian. Ramos should get that ball, which he has done, and that ends the highlight. Because of course it does. FM likes to make you think, oh, you're going to do something else. You're going to do something else? No, you're not. You're going to do absolutely bugger all, that's for sure. Still, it looks like we're going to get into half-time at 1-0 up. Maybe Nuremberg at the moment haven't had a single shot all half. We are defending phenomenally well. And I'll be honest, I think having Gimba in that team really does help us out, because a player of his ability can really, really strengthen the side like it has done for us. I'm going to go and point the finger and say we've got to guard against complacency. Most of the lads do a good. I say to midfielders, I'm disappointed. I don't think we've seen enough from them in this game currently. And if you now said that, they'll probably go and go, all right, boss, if you're not happy, we'll go and put the ball in the back of our own net. Then you won't be happy, will you? Let's hope they don't do that. Okay, a corner here. Ritter with it. We've had a lot of corners in this game. Hübner again, and Hübner again doesn't manage to put it into the back of the net. Oh, Florian, it's not good enough. I might sub him off, to be honest, Hübner. In fact, I will do. We'll get Kobold on, and I'll put Ramos as the right-sided defender and Kobold in the middle. He's either-footed, which means he's fine playing in that role. We'll get him on, just a straight swap, not change anything tactically. Salas, I'm going to probably sub off in a minute, though. He's having a poor game. Ritter's ball in here. Poor ball again from Ritter. I don't know what is up with him. Sometimes he looks fine. Other times he really struggles at this level. This is definitely his level, 100%. I don't think he'd do well enough up in the Bundesliga itself. But, well, Military, lovely challenge there. Erhardt, come on, can we get a chance here? De Bock lumps it up. Preveljak, he should be able to beat his man. Get into that space out there on the left-hand side. He has done. Plays it into Salas, who's gone for it from range. What an effort from the 19-year-old Alejandro Salas. What a fantastic goal. As soon as that ball got played to me, like, he's going to hit this, isn't he? Normally, his finishing isn't very good, is Salas. But what a fantastic effort. The technique. He struck it so well, and it went into the top bins as well. Oh, Alejandro, you beautiful, beautiful boy. Fantastic goal there, son. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to take Military off because I'm seeing he's a little bit tired. We'll get Zidane on, and I'll swap Ritter and Zidane over. Just make that change, and I will be bringing on Kabay very shortly. Just the last few minutes to see if we can get him some match time, some minutes on the pitch to get some fitness back. In fact, I'm going to make that change now as we approach the final few minutes of the game. Yohan Kabay can come on. Just a straight swap. I'm hoping now it's going to just see the game out, finish it with another win here, another win over Nuremberg. Be a fantastic performance if we do. And indeed we have. And Nuremberg, guys, didn't have a single shot all game. Not one. Not just in case they didn't have any on target. They didn't have a single effort at all. Unbelievable stuff. We had an XG, by the way, of 0.89, yet we won it 2-0. Fantastic finishing, lads. Really good. Outstretched arms. Good win, boys. Well done. Really, really top-notch stuff there from the lads. Fantastic stuff. And that win too, I've just seen it there. We'll get into the actual main menu and see it properly. Puts us up into 5th position in the league. We go to the second Bundesliga. We are up there in 5th, and we are 8 points off of 3rd position. As I say, I still do not believe there's any chance of us getting there. Regensburg, Bielefeld, Stuttgart and Greuther are far more consistent than we are. But it makes life look very, very nice and very, very rosy. It most certainly does. Erding, by the way, won their game. So we're still only 12 points clear of them, which, of course, is the main target, is just to stay up and keep ourselves in the 2nd tier of German football. Still though, guys, of course, we need to have a look at our schedule, what we're going to come back for next time around. So if we go into the schedule, what are we going to be coming back for next time? Let's scroll down and have a little look. So we've got quite a few games coming up in the next few weeks in game. I reckon what we will do is we'll play through the remainder of February. So we'll play Darmstadt, Bielefeld, Bochum and St. Pauli off screen. And we'll come back for a double header with Dynamo Dresden and Union Berlin. Union Berlin are a very, very tough side. They are just behind us in the league currently. They are in 6th position. And Dresden is very much a 6-pointer we need to obviously be beating. They came out of this last season. We have to make sure we don't drop points against them this time around. So we'll come back for next episode, which will of course be out on Wednesday at 3 p.m. And it'll be Dynamo Dresden and Union Berlin. Overall though guys, that just about wraps up this episode here today. Of course it's a little bit shorter than what they normally are because we've only got the one game, but we've got the transfers and everything else that we went through here today, and a fantastic performance as well from Nuremberg. You have to let me know guys what you reckon of the players that we've brought in as well as the players who have gone out. I really do think that Benedikt Gimber coming in could be a real game changer in our defence and help shore things up. The 2 games he's played so far, the one off screen with Erdingen and of course that one with Nuremberg, he looked very competent, and that back three he most certainly did. And also being left footer as well I think could be really handy. But overall though guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed the video here today. Of course a great performance there at Nuremberg. If you did enjoy it, please do chuck a like down onto the video. As I always say, they always massively do help the channel out, and if you're looking forward to seeing any more of my content here on YouTube guys, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.